Alright guys, what's going on? So I am a little bit late, so I'm going to do two war videos in one here. This first one, Tigra, Kingpin, and CGR bands. Those are fine. So Omega is on the table for this war, so this war is going to be super boring, which is part of why I didn't want to make like a standalone video for it. I just, I want to post all of my wars in part in case somebody asks if I've taken a fight with Omega before. Like a lot of times in my alliance, if somebody is taking an Omega fight, they'll ask if I have a video reference for it. And so it's just easier to point people in the direction of a video rather than trying to sift through my phone looking for the videos. So I'm going to pull up to my path here. I'm going to be going path 7 in section 1, path 7 in section 2, and yeah, so let's go ahead and look at their map. So they left Kitty, APOC, and Omega Red on the table for this war. Because of that, I'm not sure that path 7 is set up particularly well for success. Looking around here, see if there's anything interesting. Quicksilver on 24 I always think is a pretty good placement. Quicksilver is an Avenger, so you can pick up 2 Corvus missions off of him, putting him on buffet over time, and Vigorous Assault is a good idea. Let's see here. Oh, and then a rank 5 Spidey Supreme. So now that I'm watching this war is coming back to me a little bit. So, okay, gonna go ahead. I had a 3rd slot open, so I just brought White Magneto for myself for my fights. This is okay, it's a rank 4 Zemo, so I haven't really fought him very much. I fought him in like the monthly EQ. That was pretty annoying. So here, this is probably a good place for him. The issue with putting him here, though, is that the health pools in section 1 are just so small compared to the rest of the map that someone would have to make a really big mistake to die to a section 1 fight. And Zemo's a good defender. I think he'd be better somewhere else. Kingpin, this is just standard. The Zemo placement kind of baits out an Omega Red, so putting a Kingpin right behind him is never a good idea. If you are setting up your alliance's defense, and I know some of you guys have mentioned in the comments that that is what you do, so that's part of why you want me to look at the map, like when I join war. Don't do this. Don't put like 2 defenders on the same path if you can help it that are easily taken by the same meta attacker. That is just, that allows a little bit too many people to bring White Magnetos to make certain fights easier. It just clears an extra team slot for somebody if you do that. So, and it's hard because you kind of have to choose like, okay, this is the best node for this defender, so I feel like I should put them here. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to put a defender, like 2 defenders on the same lane that can be taken by an Omega Red or an Apocalypse or a Tigra or, a Doom or a Corvus or a Hercules. You just want to kind of mix them up a little bit. So, okay, taking this Immortal Abomination. I've done this a ton. I did it all last season when he was much harder here. Again, this would be a much better placement if Omega Red were banned. Okay, and then this is just going to be a Valkyrie. So Valkyrie, basically depending on her block proficiency, she has a % chance to shrug off like non-damaging debuffs, and that includes a stun, and if she gets 1 bulwark, she is stun immune. So that's why I placed guidance here, just to make it a little bit safer. I mean, she's not going to get like a kill or anything like that, but it doesn't hurt. So I'm gonna go ahead and bait out the special 2. Puts a lot of distance between us, unfortunately, so I'm down to 10 spores. Again, that's totally okay. And then here, I don't know what I was doing. Looks like I was just messing around. Okay, throwing a special 2 and she's gonna be dead. And then I think my last fight of this war is just gonna be a King Groot. Again, another fight that can be taken with Omega Red. So basically just 5 fights lined up in a row that were almost like custom made for an Omega Red. So yeah, not much to say about this fight. You just have to knock him down. He can't shrug Omega even with the Furies, so not super concerned about this. And Omega is a tactic attacker, so he neutralizes all of the buffs for the rest of the fight. So I don't think he's ever going to get Furies again. I don't think he's going to get Regen again. Specials Fate Seal. It's my last fight, so I'm just going to throw my specials. I don't mind the poison. Or I'm sorry, I don't mind the recoil here, and the fight's over. So we did win that war. We had a really strong clear at first, and then something happened, and we dropped like 4 deaths and a disconnect in our last like 4 fights. So it's pretty rough, but that's okay. Moving on to this war, this is going to be against Chaos. Chaos did ban Omega Red and Kingpin and CGR, so good bans. CGR is just, you know, way too good to let anybody use him this season, I think. So I can't bring Omega Red. I'm going to bring Valkyrie. I'm going to bring Scorpion, I think. And one other. Oh, I remember now. I'm going to bring in Corvus, pretty sure. Yes, Corvus. So this is going to be a little bit interesting. Valkyrie, I pulled her early from the last featured crystal, and I spent an entire off season, not this last one, but like as soon as I pulled her, I took her straight to rank 4, took her to every off season war, and unfortunately, or fortunately I guess, we have a rank 5 Valkyrie in my battle group. It's Wes. I'm going to put the link to his channel. He posts war videos. He's an amazing player. Kitty, Tigra, Valkyrie, pretty much anyone actually. So a lot of Valkyrie fights usually just go to him. But I did get to bring her this war, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going to be starting off on path 5 here, looking at their map. Void on that first fight on path 9 used to be much more dangerous, but they changed the node. It used to have like a Fury buff that would last for an extended period of time. Now it has a Fury passive that is only on Void for the duration that you have a debuff on you. So you can just take that fight with Red Hulk now. You don't need to like nuke it down with CGR. Okay, so this is going to be a Crossbones. I am going to make a mistake in this fight. I do remember this. So right there, I thought maybe my parry would stick, so I let off block and just got hit. I believe that is the last mistake I'm going to make in this fight. I'm super comfortable with Valkyrie. Again, I have been playing her for months now, and she's one of my favorite champions. If I got a skill gem, I was going to take her straight to rank 5. So what I like to do usually is I do like to do normal hits to get my buffs up. So the more buffs you get, Pierce and Bulwark, the more damage your special 2 is going to do. So I'm just inverting my combo back and forth to get more and more buffs. You can see that first special 2 didn't do a ton. I'm not done building up my buffs yet. Here I'm going to make my combo normal again. I'm going to hit his block. So now I'm going to be up to 2 Bulwark and 3 Pierce. And at this point, I'm probably done inverting my combo. I want to focus on getting the passive Pierce buffs now. So you can see it's doing pretty good damage. My combos into his block are doing pretty good damage. My next special 2 is just going to completely melt him. So here we go, getting close, bait out the special 1, get him to block, dash back, full combo, 4 Pierce buffs, or I'm sorry, 4 Pierce, and he is dead. So Valkyrie does not need to hit the opponent on this node at all to outdamage the protection. Never have to knock him down, you never have to do anything like that. And I don't think Crossbones is great on that node. I don't know, maybe he would be better on this one, but this is just going to be an Immortal Abomination. I'm going to use Scorpion here. I just ranked up my Scorpion. I'd been wanting to for a while, but I didn't really love him. I thought his damage, at least in Battlegrounds, was like lacking a little bit. But I decided to take him to rank 4, and the damage difference between rank 3 and rank 4 is huge. At least in my mind. I feel like fights end a lot faster now. So I selected the shock pre-fight so that I would be poison immune. Get a pretty good intercept there, and with him you just want to recycle special ones. I actually kind of like it when Omega Red is banned because I don't have to change my masteries usually. That is super expensive, just changing masteries back and forth between every attack and placement phase. But here, going to knock him down again with another special one. The special one also puts a taunt on the defenders, so it makes them a lot more predictable. And here you're gonna see I backed up. I didn't want to parry him and then have him immediately shrug it. One more special one, and he's gonna just go down. So, very straightforward fight. I'm gonna move up here in section 2. I'm gonna take this Icarus, and I'm going to take this Icarus with Scorpion. So, Icarus doesn't gain an armor here. I don't really know why he's here. I think it's just kind of a diversity placement. I think that's a little bit of a trap that some alliances fall into, is that they just see the global defenders and they just want to pile as many of them on the map as possible, but there isn't always a good place for all of the global defenders, so you really want to pick and choose which ones are going to be the most difficult and place those ones. So for this Icarus, you know, he's just not difficult here. I'm sure there are other places he could go where he would be harder, but this just is not the place. So just gonna throw a special one here. I'm super comfortable fighting him after like EOP and Karina's challenges and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to keep him neutralized, keep him fate sealed, cycle special ones. He is just going to melt himself by throwing specials. I'm gonna stay topped up on health because of the little debuff that he places on you. And yeah, he's just going down super quickly. You can see it's been about 45 seconds. I think one more special one from him will do it. And yes, it'll definitely do it. So next fight. Okay, so I remember this fight. This was a little bit weird. Okay, so I changed my masteries here, obviously. I'm going to be using Corvus. And my Corvus has no charges. I'm comfortable with Corvus. I am going to mess this fight up royally. So this, yeah, this is going to be a little bit rough. So starting out here, I'm super comfortable fighting Idoom. This is a rank 5 Idoom, rank 4 Corvus, no charges, and it would have been super clean, but I make one mistake. And I also have big power back boosts on, but they are not getting me all the way back up to a special 2. Okay, so here I'm just going to try to keep him armor broken. Here I'm going to go and I'm going to do medium light, and it power locks me. I push him, that light attack pushed him to his regen phase. When he's regenning, he power locks you. Now you can see he has a ton of those block penetration charges. Here I'm going to throw my special 2. Right there I went for a reparry, missed it, and throw my special 2. It doesn't kill. If he would have thrown his special 2 there, I would have been dead. So very, very scary. I thought that my streak was over at that point, but not quite. And we did end up winning this war as well. I think we died like 5 times. I don't really remember, but either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.